Hi, and welcome to Hooked on Guitar, the show that teaches you how to play guitar at home by playing along with me. I'm Dan Rao from Gunner Guitar Studies in Kitchener, and this is show number 3. Tonight's topics include Travis picking, or alternate bass picking. We'll put some bass runs in between chords. And we will learn some inverted chords. You may want to keep a pen or a pencil handy. At the end of tonight's show, an address will be shown where you may write in and receive a transcript of tonight's show in lesson form that will help with any questions you may have regarding the show, as well as being a good reference for future practicing. Let's begin by tuning our guitars so what you play at home sounds like what I'm playing here, and the low E or 6th string. The A or 5th string. The D or 4th string. The G or 3rd string. The B or 2nd string. And the E or 1st string. And we'll start out with Travis picking. Now, Travis picking is a style of playing involving single bass notes and strumming chords, as we learned in episode number 2. But Travis picking, you alternate the bass notes back and forth. For instance, with a G chord, I'm going to alternate between playing the 6th string and the 4th string as my single bass notes. If you'd like to try that at home with the G chord, we'll play 6th and then strum 4th, 6, 4. Once more. And I'm going to go through all of the open position, major, minor, and 7th chords that we learned in the first show and show you the most popular strings that are used for Travis picking, although you can actually use any string you want. With the G chord, I could go 6, 5, 4. That sounds fine. Okay, we've done the G major chord already, so I'm going to move over and try a G 7th chord. Now, with the G major, we had alternated between the 6th and 4th strings. When you do the G 7th chord, those are still the most popular. So you could play the 6th string, strum the chord, then the 4th string, and strum the chord. 6, 4th. Try this at home. 6 and 4th. And we'll do the A chords now. We'll start out with A major. The most popular strings to Travis pick are the 5th string and then the 6th string. I'd like to try that at home with an A major chord. So play 5 and then 6. And we'll switch to A minor, and it is the same strings for your Travis picking. 5th and 6th. And A 7th chord, same thing again. 5 and 6. I'll use the option here for the 7th. And try this at home. 5 and 6. And moving along to the D chords, we'll start out with D major. This one we're going to alternate between the 4th string and the 5th string. for our single basses. Start out with the 4th string and 5th. You want to try this at home. 4th and 5th. And we'll switch to D7th and the same single bass notes. 4th and 5th. And D minor, same thing again. 4th and 5th. C major is the next chord that we will apply our Travis picking technique to. There's a couple of ways of doing the C major chord. Some people like to put their 3rd finger on the 6th string 3rd fret and put their 4th finger onto the 5th string, 3rd fret, sorry, and then they alternate that way between the 5th and 6th strings. Try this at home. Fly the 5th string and the 6th, 5th, and 6th. The method I prefer is playing both of those bass notes with your 3rd finger. So we're going to actually alternate our 3rd finger between the 5th string and the 6th string. And it looks something like this. 5th string, move your finger over, and 6th string. 5th, 6th. Try this at home. Just move your finger back and forth. 5th string and 6th. 5th and 6th. I prefer this method for when you're playing the C 7th chord. You pretty well have to do it that way. So let's place our C 7th chord. We'll just put our 4th finger on the 3rd string 3rd fret, and we'll start out with the 5th string bass note and then move to the 6th. And that is Travis picking with a C 7th chord. The E major chord, the most popular strings to Travis pick are the 6th string and the 5th string. Well, we'll start out with an E major chord for this one. Same 2 strings. We'll start out with the 6th string and then the 5th. 6, 5. 6 and 5. Join in at home. E minor chord is going to be the same strings. So we'll start out with 6 and 5. And E 7th, same thing again, 6th string and 5th string. 3, 4. 6th string, 5th, 6th, and 5. And we'll close out the Travis picking with the B 7th chord. Now this one here involves kind of the same technique we used for the C 7th chord, and we're going to move our 2nd finger between the 5th string 2nd fret and the 6th string 2nd fret. And it looks something like this. 5th string, 6th string, 5th, and join in at home again. 5 and 6. So that is Travis picking. We're going to move on and put some bass runs in between chords. Now in pop, folk, and country music, bass runs in between chords add a bit of melody to your rhythm playing, okay? So a song such as $1 Million by the Bare Naked Ladies uses good use of bass runs and Travis picking. I'm going to play that song without the bass runs and the Travis picking, and you'll hear the difference. 3, 4. So you can see that the bass runs and the Travis picking do add quite a bit to the song. The first chord we're going to learn to do a bass run to is a G major chord. Now to run up to the G major chord, the most popular thing to do is play the open 6th string, then play the 2nd fret 6th string with your 1st finger, and the 3rd fret 6th string with your 2nd finger. That's very important. And then play the G chord. Once again, open 6th to 2nd fret on the 6th string to 3rd fret with your 2nd finger and strum the chord. It's important to end with your 2nd finger, this bass run, because you use your 2nd finger to play that note of the chord. So there's no use ending your bass run with one finger and then switching quickly to another one. Okay, let's try that at home. Play the open 6th, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and strum the G chord. And once more, open 6th, 2nd fret, and 3rd fret. And strum it. That's running into a G major chord. And we'll now run into a C major chord. It's going to be pretty close to the same thing, but we're going to start with the open 5th string, and play the 2nd fret on the 5th string with your 2nd finger, and the 3rd fret on the 5th string with your 3rd finger, and then strum the C major chord. Once again, open 5th, 2nd fret, and 3rd fret, and strum the chord. Let's try that at home. Open 5th, 2nd, 3rd, and then strum the C chord. And notice that I ended the bass run with my 3rd finger, which I used to play the C chord. We'll now run into a D major chord by playing the open 5th string, the 2nd fret 5th string, the 3rd fret 5th string, and then the open 4th string to play the D major. Let's try that at home. Open 5th, 2nd fret 5th, 3rd fret 5th, open 4th string, and strum the D chord. That's one way of running into a D major chord with the bass run. I'm going to give you an alternate method because there are 2 ways of running into a D major, and you can choose whichever one you like that fits the song you want to do. This one starts out with the open 5th string, to 2nd fret 5th string, to the 4th fret on the 5th string, and then to the open 4th string, and strum the D chord. So that was, let's try that once at home. So that is 2 ways to run into a D major chord. I'm going to play you a little exercise that I have in the transcriptions. It's kind of a bluegrass sounding progression, and it uses bass runs and Travis picking. It goes something like this: 3, 4. Let's all try that together very slowly. I'll play it nice and slow and walk you through it. 3, 4, start with the open 6th string, 2nd fret 6th string, and 3rd fret 6th string. We're going into a G chord. Strum the G chord once. Play the open 4th string and strum down up on the chord. Play the 6th string, strum down up. Now we're going to run into a C chord, open 5th string, 2nd fret 5th string, and 3rd fret 5th string with your 3rd finger, and strum the C chord, and single bass. Back to the 5th string. We're going to run into a D chord, 2nd fret 5th string, 3rd fret 5th string, and open 4th string. Strum the D chord, open 5th, down up on the D chord and the 4th string, D, and then open 6th, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, strum 4th string, strum down, up, and 6th, and done. I'll play that once more through a little quicker, and then I'll try it a little bit slower, and we'll all try it at home once more. So 1, 2. Once more at home, 1, 2, into a G chord, open, 2nd, 3rd. C chord, run. We'll now try one more exercise I put together. This one is in 3/4 time. It has kind of a waltz feel to it, and it is using a bass run into an A chord. It is in the key of A major, and it goes something like this: 2, 3. And we'll play that nice and slow together. You can try this at home. We'll start with an open 6th string, 2nd fret 6th string, 4th fret 6th string, and then the open 5th string while you're placing an A major chord. Strum that twice. Play the open 6th string and strum the A major twice. Open 5th string, strum the A major twice. Run up to a D chord, open 5th, 2nd fret 5th, 4th fret 5th, and the open 4th string and a D chord. Open 5th string and D chord again. Open 4th, D chord. Now we're going to run back to an A chord. Play the open 4th, 4th fret on the 5th string, 2nd fret 5th string, open 5th string, and strum the A major chord. Open 6th, strum the A and the 5th, and open 5th, 4th fret on the 6th string, 2nd fret, and open 6th, and an E 7th chord. And the 5th string, bass, and 6th string. I'll play that through once more a little quicker, and then we'll try it together again. 1, 2, 3. And let's try that once more. I'll go a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. That is Travis picking and bass runs. We'll now move on and try some inverted chords. Now what inverted chords are chords where the root is not in the bass. I should explain root for a minute. The root of a chord is the main note of the chord. For instance, if you're playing a D major chord, the root is the D. If you're playing a G major chord, the root is G. If you're playing an A major, the root note is A. Now all the chords we've done so far have pretty well been in what's called root position. That means that the lowest note you hear is the root of the chord. So if we're playing an A major chord, the lowest chord you're going to hear, the lowest note is an A. If you're playing a D chord, the lowest note is D. Inverted chords have some other note in the bass as its lowest note. For instance, if we're going to play, one of the more popular ones is a D/F sharp. That's how the chords are notated. You may have seen those in books before. And what it looks like is there's the letter D, and then there's a slash mark, and then an F sharp. Now, it tells you that that is a D chord with the F sharp as the bass note. To play this, play a regular D chord, just put that down, how you'd normally play it, and then you wrap your thumb around the neck of the guitar and grab the 6th string 2nd fret. That is the note F sharp, and that is what it sounds like. D/F sharp. Try that, just wrap your thumb right around. Okay, now they use inverted chords for a number of reasons. It's to give a little bit of melody to the song you're playing, as well as making the chords sound fatter or wider. There's a nice wide sound. An example of using it for melody is Sweet Baby James by James Taylor, and it starts out something like this. Okay, now I'm going to just tell you what those chords were. It starts out with a G major chord, and then they put an F sharp in the bass, so this is a G slash F sharp. Then it goes to the open E string, so this is a G slash E. Then it goes to the open 5th string. The chord has remained the same, so this is a G slash A. So it's that's an example of using the inverted chords for melody. Another example is Pink Floyd's song, Wish You Were Here. For the verse, they use a whole pile of inverted chords, and this just gives it a nice wide sound. It starts out with a C slash G chord to a D slash F sharp to an A minor slash E to a G. Goes back to the D slash F sharp to a C slash G to A minor slash E and to the G. So I'm just going to go through some of the more popular inverted chords. We already did the D slash F sharp. I'd say that's probably the most common. Another one is a G slash B. To play that chord, you play your G chord just the same as you always would, but we are not going to play the 6th string. We're going to take that 2nd finger off and just play 5 strings. It's a G slash B. Let's try a couple with the C chord. The C chord, to play a C slash G or a C chord with G in the bass, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can move your 3rd finger over to the 6th string, 3rd fret, and play all 6 strings. I'm actually muting out this 5th string with the side of my 3rd finger. I don't want that to sound. That's one way of playing a C slash G, or you could add your 4th finger to the 3rd fret of the 5th string and play all 6 strings. That is the version that they used in the Pink Floyd song. So that is a C slash G. Another one that is done with the C chord is a C slash B. To play this chord, you put your 2nd finger on the 5th string 2nd fret. You mute out the 4th string with the side of this finger. You notice it's touching there. And then you play 5 strings. That is a C slash B. Now, by itself, it doesn't sound the greatest, but it is used quite a bit if you're going to run, for instance, from a C major to an A minor chord. You could play a C chord with a single bass there, and then you could go to a C slash B into A minor. That is used quite a bit. And we'll finish off with an A slash E chord, or we could do A minor slash E, as with the Pink Floyd. Now play an A major chord, and instead of playing 5 strings, we'll play 6. So we have an A slash E. Okay, and we could turn that into an A minor slash E, as used in the Pink Floyd song. That is playing all 6 strings with an A minor chord. Okay, that's it for tonight's show. Just to recap what we've done, we did Travis picking with all types of chords, and we put bass runs in between the chords. And we did a little bit on inverted chords. Please join me next time, and we will learn how to jazz up chords using suspended fourths. And we will also learn how to utilize hammer-ons and pull-offs and put them into songs. If you'd like a transcript of